Hey everybody, Steph Ackerman here today, and I'm going to be creating a snow scene using Lavinia Stamps. Now I've die cut a circle through some computer paper here. I'm going to use that as a mask. And I want to create a snow scene in the middle here. So I've torn some additional cardstock, and I'm going to use speckled egg. I want to create some hills or some snow scene over here. I'm going to start lightly tapping ink here to get some snow mounds. Any torn paper will do. Yeah, that's really nice. And you can make the hillsides as tall as you need them to be. Just make sure that you're holding this paper in place, because that's ultimately going to come up, and that's going to be your card. So now that I have those, I want to add some trees. And I don't want the whole tree, I just want a portion of it. So I think I'm going to use Twilight. I'm going to off-stamp it first, then I'm going to add it here. Oh, that did not come out really well, so I'm going to re-ink it. Again, this is one where you really should be leaving it in place for a few seconds, not pulling it up right away. Alright, there you go. Not too bad. Again, I'm going to ink up the top half again. We're going to off-stamp, and I'm going to put a line here. Again, hold it in place, pull it away. Now I don't want the tree down there anymore, so I'm going to use a mask. And then a second generation here. Okay, I'm going to do another one. Stamp it off. Stamp it in place. And I'm going to stamp another one, second generation, in there. And I'm going to add third one here. I'm going to cover that slightly, go a little bit higher. And then second generation here. And so I'm going to pull this off. You can see what I'm getting to right now. It looks really pretty. I'm going to realign. I'm actually going to take this off, and I'm going to put this in its place. I'm going to take the berry wreath and go around. Now what's nice about the berry wreath is I'm going to be able to go around it and on top of my mask, so I get a full effect going all the way around. And I think I want to do that with fallen leaves. You can always go back in and add some color to those berries. So again, holding this matte mask in place, a little bit of ink off of there. Going to, and this is just basically you're eyeballing it. Again, just hold it in place and remove it. So I have a little bit of the berries on the outside. That's kind of what it's going to look like when I'm done. Now I'm going to continue around turn my paper so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to go off a bit more here. Again, hold it in place. Turn your paper. Yeah, see, I am messy. Look at that. But we'll take care of those later. Again, ink it up. And just be careful with the final one so that you don't get any overlapping. There we go. Now, it's not done yet. We still need to make some adjustments. So I'm going to put the original mask back on, and we're going to be doing some inking inside the circle. I think I'm going to go with some marigold. What I'm going to do is just pull some color in from that circle. Now I don't need it on the bottom where the snow is. I just really need this on the top. It's pretty good. And then what I think I want to do is cut some lemon. Just inside the marigold. I actually want to bring a little bit more of the lemon in here. I think I want to go with some tattered rose. Now, the tattered rose is very subtle, but I think this will help with my sunrise or my sunset. Something very similar to what I saw as I was walking yesterday. And because I'm using Oxide inks, you can add a little bit of water. You don't want a lot. Just want a few droplets. There you go. I want to heat set. I want to heat set that. And I want to pick up any excess water that's on there. Did you see that? It gives me some nice droplets around. It's a little bit big, but look at all the smaller droplets around there. Alright, so now I want to work on the outside. So I'm going to put this back on as a mask. And I think I'm going to go with a speckled egg and then with some twilight. So first things first, around the circle. So I just want to use a little bit of blue. Keeping that mask in place really helps you go around that circle and get it lined up. Alright, so let's see how we are. Oh, I think that's stunning. Alright, the only thing it does need now is a bit of the dark blue around the edge. And again, thankfully, the computer paper on my table stops me from getting this ink everywhere. Now, I definitely can get the ink on my craft mat, but then I have to clean up my craft mat between creating. And honestly, I'd rather create than clean, wouldn't you? I think that looks stunning. So now I think I want to add a little bit of black around the edges. I'm going to use black soot. You don't need a lot, you just need to kiss the edge. This is going to help the design really stand out. There you go, isn't that gorgeous? I think I'm going to add some liquid pearls for the berries around the card. That's going to finish it off really nicely. So I've got some ruby red. Make sure it comes out properly. And I'm just going to add these right around the edge of the card. I'm not quite sure if I'm doing an easel card or if I'm just going to do a square card at this point. But I need to let this dry so that it don't squish my berries. There we go. What do you think? But I do thank you for stopping by. And please visit my blog for additional creations. And have a happy crafting day.